Hey you guys, it's Amanda with Healthy House on the Block, and I'm here with our weekly video on creating a healthier space in your home through reducing toxins, implementing healthy habits, and bringing in healthier materials to your space. This week we are talking about water bottles and how to choose the healthiest water bottle. There's definitely different stages of a healthy water bottle. We can have one that's filled with toxins, one that has a few toxins, and one that is almost completely toxin free. And I think it's important to know because a lot of us are sending our kids to school with water bottles. We are on the go with water bottles. We're giving them to our toddlers. And so we really want to be aware of what is going in our bodies because our water is touching this material. So we are going to cover the toxins that you want to avoid. We're going to talk about the materials you should be getting. I'm going to give you my healthy house picks, but we're also going to talk about the health implications of some of these more toxic water bottles and how you can make a healthier choice.
So the reason that water is just so important to our health is that we need it to live. We need it to be healthy. I mean, the current recommendation is to drink half of your weight in ounces of water every day. And when you're consuming something that much in that large of a quantity, it means that we need to make sure this is properly filtered water, as well as the container for the water is toxin free. So after you filter your water to reduce all the dangerous contaminants, take a look at your water bottles. I know even for me, plastic water bottles just kind of keep sneaking into my cabinet from different athletic programs or freebies that my kids grab at school and events. But there are just so many better options compared to plastic, and even that BPA-free plastic. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about why water bottles are so important. So first things first, we're going to talk about the big reasons that water bottles matter to your health. So the basis for everything that I share with you is essentially to improve your health by improving the health of your home. And what studies have found is that reusable plastic water bottles release hundreds of chemicals into the water that it holds. So the first type of toxin is from the plastic itself, endocrine disrupting chemicals, and ultimately these increase the risk of cancer. These are the big plastic toxins that are found in water bottles. There was also a study that found the active component in mosquito spray, which is DEET, was actually present in these water bottles. And the longer water sat in the water bottle, the more toxins were present in the water. And even though BPA may not be found in most plastic water bottles anymore, phthalates have been found, and phthalates disrupt the endocrine system's production of estrogen. Bisphenols are also still used, which have been linked to breast cancer and are suspected to be carcinogenic in nature. And I have all those studies linked for you in the blog post this week. The second set of toxins is actually from the soaps that we use. So a study done by the University of Copenhagen showed that even the residue from soaps and detergents and rinse aids are becoming practically embedded into the plastic. Even after 5 rinses with tap water, there were still components from the soaps and detergents in the plastic. And while we can use low toxin detergents and soaps, it's still not meant to be consumed by our bodies. So the combination of plastic and the dishwasher actually made the leaching worse. This is a combination that definitely doesn't mix, as the heat increases the amount of toxins that can be leached into the water in the future. So you might ask, what about BPA? Can't I just use a BPA-free water bottle? Well, the truth is that over 90% of individuals in the United States actually carry bisphenol toxins in their bodies. And what's alarming about this is that our bodies actually break down and remove bisphenol toxins within just a few days. So the fact that there are measurable amounts in most humans in the US means that we are taking bisphenol in as fast as our bodies can get rid of it, or faster. So bisphenol A has been shown to alter hormone production within the brain. It is known as an endocrine active chemical. It also alters the cell and tissues receiving the hormones, as it works kind of mimicking estrogen in a way. It has also recently been linked to an increased risk of childhood asthma. So when children were exposed to the chemical at an early age or in utero, they had a higher risk of having asthma later in life. And there was actually another study done in 2018 that compared concentrations of BPA, BPB, BPF, and BPS in rats, and the negative effects that it had on their reproductive system. The study suggests that all forms of bisphenol toxins are toxic, and they all reduce the amount of testosterone produced in males. Bisphenol B also showed chronic reproductive problems and cessation in another study done on fish and aquatic life. So bisphenol S is another one that replaces BPA all the time. It's been replacing it for years. It's actually been shown to leach into water and food with several negative health effects. So a study from February 2020 shows that although BPS works through different pathways than BPA, it still causes the equivalent health effects of endocrine disruption, gestational diabetes, and metabolic disorders. The study also showed that BPS was actually more toxic to the reproductive system, as well as linked it to the promotion of certain types of breast cancers. And then finally, BPF. It's found in much lower quantities around the United States. However, it still has health effects that are similar to BPA. So BPF is metabolized very rapidly, and while it does not stay in the body for long, the fact that it is present in our bodies shows that we are being constantly exposed. BPF mimics estrogenic activity, and it's also been linked to obesity. So you might be wondering what the best materials are, and honestly, there are so many relatively low-cost options for replacing those plastic water bottles, and these are the things I would look for. Glass is a great option for a water bottle, and oftentimes they're even wrapped in silicone, which is another low toxin option as well. They can be a little on the heavy side, but they really clean up beautifully. They also generally don't have any sort of added enamel on the outside, which can sometimes contain toxins. Glass is really a tried and true toxin-free option for water bottles. And then the other one is stainless steel. This option is quite common, and it's perfect for kids and adults even. It's resilient to being dropped, and so most of us would trust our kids with these at school. You can look for a surgical stainless steel or a 304 stainless steel. These are both resilient to rust and corrosion of any kind. Another thing to keep in mind is if you are sensitive to nickel, you can purchase a 403 stainless steel that would not contain any parts nickel at all. So there are also certain components that we really want to pay attention to. Even if a water bottle says it's made of stainless steel, there could be other components that are not. So the first thing to look at would be the lids. This can be a bit of a gray area. So if you'll be drinking with your mouth touching the lid through either an opening or a pour spout, it really might be worth it to consider a less toxic option, although that can kind of be difficult to find. Generally, the least toxic option is where the lid exposes part of the metal or the glass in order to allow your mouth to drink from the actual water bottle rather than the plastic. You also want to look at the spouts. I like to see a medical grade or food grade silicone for the spout as opposed to a plastic. Remember that you'll be putting this in your mouth and you'll have your mouth on the spout to drink water. So it should be made of a material that is as low toxin as possible. And while silicone isn't completely toxin free, it definitely is a lower toxin option than plastic. And then straws. Some water bottles will have a straw. Typically, they are plastic. I obviously don't love this option for the obvious reason. It is plastic, but it also sits in the water you're about to drink, and your water touches a large surface area of the straw before you consume it. So this means plastic toxins can be leaching into the water as you're drinking it. So if you can find either a silicone straw or a stainless steel straw that will work, I would opt for that. Or you can find a water bottle that doesn't have a straw at all. And then finally, the body of the water bottle. We kind of talked about glass or stainless steel. Some stainless steel water bottles may have a differing exterior that could potentially contain toxins like heavy metals in order to adhere the enamel, like the colored enamel, to the stainless steel. So, of course, not all water bottles are made this way. So you just have to do your research ahead of time if you're getting a water bottle that has a colored exterior. And now the good stuff, we're going to talk about Healthy House approved water bottles. So the Clean Canteen includes an option for a stainless steel straw. They have 18/8 stainless steel and a powder coat finish that is completely free from toxins. Another brand is Purify You. This is a glass water bottle with a silicone covering and a very simple design that allows you to drink directly from that glass material. Eco Vessel is another one that I absolutely love. The spout and the straw are both toxin free, a silicone spout and a stainless steel inner layer and outer layer of the water bottle. It's actually a really beautiful design, and it's really good for on the go. And then finally, a kid's option is Purakiki. It's 100% plastic free. They have a medical grade silicone that is used for the straw and the spout, as well as the exterior that covers the 304 stainless steel. So these are great options. I have all the links on the website for you. You can just follow the link at the bottom of the video description. But when you get the chance to overhaul your water bottles, make sure you are swapping them out with the absolute best options so that you never have to think about it again.
So if you would like links to my Healthy House picks for water bottles that are almost completely toxin free, head to the link in the bottom of the post. I hope you will subscribe to my channel because I am here every single week with new ideas and new tips on creating an indoor space that truly supports your health and your wellness.